Oh, I love Kraft.
Yeah.
They send the really nice
Those
baskets.
boxes of cheese.
That's
in
right
the
there in the basket.
I love a brick of cheese.
Everyone loves a brick of cheese.
That's great.
In fact, I left one in the refrigerator, so make sure you bring that too before you come to the party. Okay. Enjoy. Alrighty. Be safe on those roads.
Kraft presents The Great Gildersleeve.
Ha!
The Kraft Cheese Company, who also bring you the Kraft Music Hall every Thursday night, present each week at this time. Harold Peary as The Great Gildersleeve, written by John Whedon and Sam Moore.
We'll hear from the great Gildersleeve in just a moment. If you're puzzled about how to please your guests these next 2 holiday weekends, here's a happy solution to your mealtime, lunchtime problems. Be sure to have on hand a package or 2 of Pabst-ett, the delicious golden cheese food. Pabst-ett, you see, is a very special cheese food, so it's particularly suited to very special occasions. Pabst-ett spreads so easily and slices so neatly you can whip up a tempting tray of appetizers in a jiffy. And that's just one of many ways you can delight your guests with a taste-tingling cheddar cheese flavor of Pabst-ett. Pabst-ett melts with luscious smoothness into grand cheese sauces for hot vegetables, fish, egg, and chicken dishes. And for dessert, that's sure to win extra compliments, serve Pabst-ett melted over apple pie. It's a fine energy food. Pabst-ett, nourishing, wholesome, easy to digest, for all sorts of delightful, nourishing treats for the whole family holiday season. Be sure to get Pabst-ett from your dealer tomorrow. Pabst-ett, the delicious golden cheese food of 100 users.
These next 2 weekends, the cheer of the holiday season will be with us, and we'll all be greeting and perhaps treating old-time friends and acquaintances. If you're having guests for the holidays, certainly you'll want to serve bread, rolls, and muffins with a delicious spread that brings out the full, fine flavor of these baked treats. And, of course, one spread that's sure to please your most critical guest is parquet margarine. You see, parquet margarine is made by Kraft, so you'd naturally expect parquet to have a delicate, satisfying flavor. And since parquet already is a favorite spread in millions of American homes, chances are you'll hit on the particular spread your guests enjoy the most. Parquet margarine is one of the best energy foods you can serve every day in the year, and each pound contains 9,000 units of important vitamin A. So, for a delicious, nourishing spread that's sure to please your family and guests, buy and serve parquet. Parkay. Parquet margarine made by Kraft.
Well, in Summerfield, too, Christmas is almost at hand. But for Gildersleeve and his household, there is little cheer in prospect. For Gildersleeve has had a falling out with his niece, the apple of his eye. It was one of those family feuds where everybody went off half-cocked.
Don't you talk like that about Wally Hoff!
I'll say what I please about Wally Hoff, and don't let me catch you going out with him again. Oh, 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm old enough to choose my own friends. I'll go out with him if I like.
You go out with him again, young lady, and I'll stay out. Oh, just take your choice.
All right, I will.
That was yesterday. Marjorie left home without a word and hasn't been seen since. Now, after a miserable sleepless night and a glum breakfast, Gildersleeve rises from the table prepared to take steps.
By George, I can't stand it.
What are you gonna do, Unc? Yeah, Why are you going to do, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I'm going to put an ad in the paper.
An ad?
I don't care whether it makes me look foolish or not.
You mean come home, all is forgiven, one of those?
Yes, that's very good, my boy. Come home, Marjorie. All is forgiven.
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve, but who is forgiving who?
What's that?
Seems it might work better if Miss Marjorie was forgiving you. Just a suggestion. Yeah, you know, these redheads when they get all their back up.
I see what you mean. Well, confound it, how can I apologize to her if she doesn't stick around? What do you think I ought to do, Birdie?
I don't know, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm praying.
Not a bad idea.
Yes, sir, 'cause last night something came to me and it wasn't good.
What was it, Birdie?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you don't think maybe the Black Hand has got her? Hey, Birdie's right! Maybe some gang's holding her for ransom.
Birdie, you've been reading Leroy's comic books.
Well, it's not like Marjorie to stay away from home all night. That's a fact. She might be lying somewhere bound and gagged with adhesive tape over her mouth.
Oh, nonsense! You saw her telegram.
Yeah, but it could have been a fake, or maybe they made her write it, you know, by holding candles to her bare feet.
Oh, no. No, that would never happen.
Oh, well they do. They tie you in a kitchen chair with your arms behind you like this. Leroy's right, Mr. Gildersleeve. I think maybe they ought to be searching the woods or draining the reservoir or something.
Don't talk like that.
And we just had that dog now, that dog I've been asking for Christmas. He could trail her. You know, dogs can smell people, you know. They can follow them.
Never mind.
Besides, a dog is protection. They bark if anybody comes near the house.
Leroy, will you listen to me?
Dogs are economical, really, too, because they eat up all the scraps. They don't chew things if you train them right. If I had one, I'd train them.
All right, Leroy. How can you be thinking about a dog when your sister may be... It's ridiculous. A thing like that couldn't happen to Marjorie.
I don't know, Mr. Gildersleeve. I noticed some strange people around here lately.
What kind of people?
Well, that new milkman. I don't trust him. He's got a wandering eye.
Oh, the milkman's all right. It's tramps and people like that you've got to look out for. Suspicious characters.
Yeah!
They move into town. They hide out for a few days till they spot the most prominent people. The ones that they think have money.
Yeah!
What am I talking about? This whole thing is ridiculous. I wish you two would just shut up. You make me nervous. Just because Marjorie flew off the handle, just because she didn't say where she was going, just because she stayed out one night. By George, ridiculous or not, I'm not taking any chances. I'm going to get a search party going.
A posse, that's what we need, Unc.
I'll get the judge. He can swear us in as deputies. And Floyd, because he has a hunting rifle.
His brother raises bloodhounds.
Yes, then we'll get him too. And Doc Pettibone.
Can I come too, Unc? I'll bring my BB gun.
No! You must go to school.
Well, there's no school today.
Oh,
Nothing but that Christmas play this afternoon.
well, go there and give your performance.
Oh, it wasn't being a Christmas play when his sister's being held prisoner somewhere in a one-room cabin.
You're not going to use this as an excuse to get out of the play, young man. Miss Goodwin's worked too hard on it, and I want you to be the best you can in the play.
You care more about Miss Goodwin than you do about finding Marjorie.
That's not true.
Then why can't I come? She's my sister.
Now, let's not get excited. Nothing's happened to your sister, you understand?
Front door. I'll go.
Calm yourself. Nothing has happened to Marjorie. She's perfectly all right.
Good morning, Judge Hooker.
Judge, you're just in time. Marjorie's been kidnapped. Raise your right hand. I, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. I, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, being duly sworn, do hereby promise that I will uphold the laws and constitution of this state.
Do hereby promise, and I will uphold the Constitution and laws of this...
Laws and Constitution.
Laws and Constitution? What's the difference between those two?
That's just what the oath is. You have to make that oath. I didn't write it. Just say the oath, will you?
Laws and Constitution of the state.
Well, I guess that does it. By virtue of the authority vested within me, I now pronounce you a deputy sheriff.
Where's the badge?
Yeah, well, what about a badge?
I haven't any badges. I don't carry them with me.
Well, how's he gonna scare anybody?
The deputy sheriff is not there primarily to scare people.
You ought to have a badge anyway. Even the junior G-men have badges.
There's something in what the boy says, Judge. Oh, come in, Floyd. Floyd!
Floyd.
Hello there, Judge. Well, I closed up the shop the minute you called Mr. Gildersleeve. Just stopped by the house to pick up my gun here.
Thanks, Floyd. I don't like to ask this of you, what with
Glad
guns.
to do it. Gosh, I mean, if Marjorie was my girl, I'd feel the same.
Swear him in, Judge.
I don't need to.
He swore me in the time the camel got loose from the circus.
Oh, well, first we'll pick up Doc Pebbone. Then I thought we'd go out to the edge of town and start beating through the woods around Green Lake. You know, where we went moose hunting.
Good idea. Even if we don't get any kidnappers, we might get a shot at a rabbit.
Ah, now, wait a minute. Floyd, I think we ought to keep this exclusively a manhunt. If we don't, we'll never find Marjorie.
But suppose we just happen to see a rabbit.
You may shoot it in self-defense.
I suggest we form sort of an organization before we start. Floyd should be leader, in my opinion.
I'll ask you to kindly remember whose niece we're looking for, George.
But gosh, Unc, Floyd's got a gun.
So have I.
But Floyd's got a badge, too.
So has he. I think you should let me wear the badge, Floyd.
I don't see why.
All right, keep it. Nothing but a piece of tin anyway.
It is not. It's official badge of a...
Forget the badge, Floyd. You two, Gildy, let's get started looking for Marjorie.
We've got to wait for the dogs, Judge.
Dogs?
Yeah, Floyd's brothers bringing bloodhounds.
Oh.
Well, they're not exactly bloodhounds. They're more of a fox terrier.
Whoever heard of a manhunt with a fox terrier?
They're not pure fox terrier. There's a lot of Airedale on their mother's side.
What you're trying to say, Floyd, is that these dogs are mutts.
Well, now, Judge, I don't think that's going a little too far.
You're quibbling, Judge. If we could just find Marjorie.
Yeah, that must be Harry now, with the dogs.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Layla. I was expecting dogs.
Well, I hope I'm not too much of a disappointment.
No, come in, won't you?
Thank you. Mercy. What are all these store people doing here? Good morning, Judge.
Oh, good morning, Layla.
Who's the man with the shotgun?
That's just Floyd, Layla. He's my barber.
I still don't understand what he's doing with a shotgun.
Well,
Floyd, this is Mrs. Layla Ransom.
Oh, I see her going past the shop many a time. Pleased to meet you.
How do you do, Throckmorton? May I ask what in the name of goodness is going on here?
this is no business for a woman, Layla. I've got a man's work to do this morning.
And 2 men to help him. Well, what is it you're gonna do, all you men?
We're forming a posse to go and find Marjorie.
What? She's probably in the hands of the kidnappers, Miss Ransom.
That's what I'm afraid of, Layla.
Why, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
There's nothing ridiculous about it. It's a very serious situation. We're going to start out to find Marjorie as soon as the bloodhounds get here.
Come over here a minute, Throckmorton. I want to have a word with you.
But I've got to start out on the search, Layla.
Please, Throckmorton.
Oh, all right. Excuse me a minute, fellows, won't you?
Now, Throckmorton, you listen to me. We've been good friends, haven't we?
Confound it, Layla. This is no time for billing or cooing.
I am not suggesting any billing and cooling, Mr. Gildersleeve.
That snoopy old judge, he listens to everything. I do not.
Never mind him. All I want to know is if you find Marjorie, how are you going to treat her?
What do you mean by that, Layla?
Are you going to behave like a bossy old-fashioned father, or are you going to treat Marjorie with a little horse sense for a change?
I have learned my lesson, Layla. If I find her, I'll never say a harsh word to her again. Is that all you wanted to say?
Well, I think this expedition with shotguns and all is just a little silly. You're likely to find Marjorie much closer to home.
Oh, well, what do you know about all of this, Layla?
Did you ever heard of a woman's intuition?
Well, we're not relying on woman's intuition, or some Ouija board, either. We're going to search this town scientifically, and when we find Marjorie, well...
Pooh!
Layla, we're going on a dangerous mission. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
You sound just like my late husband, Björgard, starting with a fishing trip.
All right, make fun. We are going to find Marjorie. Are you ready, men?
Sure, we're ready.
I've been ready for hours. Well then, let's just get the dogs and go.
That must be Harry now.
All right. To the manhunt. Floyd, shoulder arms. Judge, attention. Posse, forward, march!
Hello, Uncle Mort. Where are you going?
We are going to find my niece, so don't bother me. Forward, Marjorie! Marjorie. Sweet little Marjorie. Is it really you?
It's really me. Is it all right for me to come home?
Oh, my dear, I've been worried sick about you. Please come home to your uncle and never go away again.
I never will.
Mwah.
How you like that? Now I gotta cut hair all afternoon.
Oh, Floyd, I guess I won't be needing that posse now. Thanks just the same. Much obliged to you two, Judge. See you. Well, I'm glad it all turned out all right. Yes, come along.
Okay, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
Hey,
Christmas.
Marge, glad you're back. Leroy, it's so good to see you. Oh, you darling. I could. Now kiss it now. Aren't you glad to see me? Yeah, but I gotta be in that little... Yeah, but I gotta be in that play this afternoon, and I'm saving my strength for Athel Hammerschlag.
Well, we'll all be there to watch you, my boy. Marjorie. Aren't you going to say hello to Mrs. Layla Ransom?
Well, Throckmorton, you silly, where do you think Marjorie's been for the last 24 hours?
I don't know. I haven't any idea. Layla, has Marjorie been right there, right next door, this whole time?
Yes, she has, Throckmorton.
Well, that is not my idea of a humorous, practical joke.
Wait a minute, Uncle Mort. I've just started to run away. Miss Ransom talked me out of it.
Well, why didn't you come right home? I've been here, suffering.
I knew you'd suffer, Throckmorton, but I wanted to teach you a lesson.
Well, I'm glad you did. I hope I've learned it, Marjorie. If I ever try to boss you again, well, pay no attention to me.
But I want you to boss me, Uncle Mort. You're always right.
No, I'm not.
You were right about Wally.
No, I wasn't. He is a fine boy. He was just worried about you, too.
Well, I don't think I'll see him anymore.
Well, you won't, but you should, Marjorie.
But I don't want to.
Marjorie, call up Wally Hoff this instant.
Throckmorton.
Oh, I mean call him if you want to. Of course, my dear. Here's a tip. to you homemakers who are worried about stretching ration points through the last 2 holiday weekends of the year. Serve more of the plentiful, non-ration foods. But do this one thing extra. Give them a festive touch of delicious flavor with Pabst-ett, the point-thrifty golden cheese food of 100 uses. Pabst-ett makes mellow cheddar cheese flavor go a long way toward satisfying hungry holiday appetites, and flavor has a long way to go. It's a sure bet that Pabst-ett will please all your guests, because it's so delicious in so many tempting ways. Pabst-ett melts to a smooth golden cheese sauce that sparks up the flavor of macaroni, vegetables, eggs, chicken, any number of foods. It slices easily for a serving with desserts, spreads and toasts to perfection for sandwiches and snacks. And to all those exciting treats, Pabst-ett adds nourishing goodness. Helps provide body-building proteins, food energy, milk minerals, and important vitamin A. So head up your holiday shopping list with delicious golden Pabst-ett. Pabst-ett in the handy round flat package.
And now, some holiday cheer from Guy Smiley and Marilyn. Oh, Mr. Kringle is soon gonna jingle the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with a bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. He's got stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with a bag, 'cause Christmas is coming again. He'll be here with the answers to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting for the man with a bag. Christmas is here again.
Would you come back? Come on.
Oh, Mr. Kringle, he's soon gonna jingle the bells that'll tingle all your troubles away. Everybody's waiting for the man with a bag. Christmas is here again. Ooh, he's got a sleigh full, it's not gonna stay full. Got the stuff to drop at every stop of the way. Everybody's waiting for the man with a bag. Christmas is here again. He'll be here with the answers to the prayers that you made through the year. You'll get yours if you've done everything you should. Extra special good, he'll make this December the one you'll remember, the best and the merriest you ever did have. Everybody's waiting, they're all congregating, waiting for the man with the bag.
Merry Christmas.
This is the National Broadcasting Company.
I guess that's it.